Hey y'all, welcome to my presentation on Iago. I wanted to start with some laughs, so let's watch this clip from Netflix sketch comedy show I Think You Should Leave. While you're watching, consider how this seemingly absurd scenario relates to Susan Neville's definition of Iago and how it functions in a story.
Is everyone okay?
What happened? Did anyone see?
Someone drove a hot dog-shaped car through the window.
Driver's gone.
Somebody call the cops. We need to find that driver.
They could have killed someone.
Whose car is this?
Yeah, come on. Whoever did this, just confess. We promise we won't be mad.
What?
Well, close our eyes, just take your car and get out of here.
Sir, that's clearly your car.
Wrong.
Someone call the police.
Yeah, that's one idea. Or we could work as a team, find out whoever did this and punish him ourselves. Maybe take his bare butt out of his costume and spank him. Maybe you could do it, sir.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, you.
No.
Well, one of us is gonna have to do it.
No one's getting spanked.
You know what's driving me nuts? It could literally be any one of us.
Ooh. No, it couldn't. You're dressed like a hot dog.
So is that guy.
Oh, no.
Donald might look like a hot dog, but you're wearing an actual hot dog costume.
You know, I don't have to sit here and be insulted like this. I'm just...
This may seem like a silly example, but it's memorable. The hot dog car driving into the building quite literally busts things wide open, which is exactly what Iago does. Think of Iago like the hot dog car in this way. It's a catalyst for the story. Not every story could or should have such an obvious moment as a guy in a hot dog suit crashing his hot dog car into the building, but the dramatization of that disruption is what makes this skit so funny. Susan Neville describes Iago as a fall from grace and references the fall of Adam and Eve as the first instance of an Iago. Iago makes the story real and creates a real conflict in an otherwise mundane world. Iago could be a character. It could also be an event, like a natural disaster. It could be a small crack in the pavement that causes things to go haywire. It could be a crack in the levee that caused New Orleans to flood. Iago could be a metaphorical crack in, say, government functioning that causes society to crumble.
I've been really busy with choir.
We gotta crack Gretchen wieners. We crack Gretchen, and then we crack the lock on Regina's whole dirty history.
Say crack again.
Crack.
For my next example, I'd like to shift gears to the language I'm most fluent in, which would be reality television arcs. Disrupting the status quo on an otherwise nice evening is basically the premise of every episode of Real Housewives ever. One of the wives typically throws a dinner party that's supposed to be a perfect, lovely evening until, spoiler alert, it isn't. Let's look at the season 1 finale of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sisters Kyle and Kim Richards get into a pivotal fight in the back of a limo, as housewives are wont to do. Kyle outs Kim as an alcoholic on camera, which alters the status quo of their relationship forever.
You are unbelievable.
Gosh, Kyle.
Okay,
Look at you, f***ing phony.
I'm the farthest from that, okay? You need to get help. What are you doing with this whole thing in here like this? What are you doing? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Mom had to die worrying about you and stressing about you and leave this on my shoulders. After everything that I have done for you, everything I've done for you, I'm always there for you.
Everything you've done for me?
Yeah, everything I've done for you. You stole my goddamn house!
Listen.
Did you hear what you just said, Kim? Oh, are you out of your f***ing mind? You are so sick. Did you hear what you just said? My husband has helped you every month and stood by you and taken care of you, okay? Like you're a second f***ing wife. So f*** you for talking like that. You're a liar. You better f***ing take that back right now. You better. Stop it. Stop right now. Stop it. You are a liar and sick and an alcoholic. Stop it. Okay? You are an alcoholic. Yes, that's right. That's right. I've said it now and everybody knows. know. So get the hell get the hell quiet. Drink. Get quiet. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. Get out. You are so demented. You will not believe what she has just said and done. Kim, I want you to know something right now. Anything we've ever helped you with is over. You're on your own now. We're done.
Kyle and Kim had cracks in their relationship all season long. The crack had been growing and growing just to burst open in this harrowing scene. From that moment on, Kim and Kyle's dynamic was never the same. Kim's storyline for the remainder of her time on the show revolved around her substance issues and rehab stints. As for Kyle, she solidified her long-standing position on the show and remains one of the only original cast members on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to this day. Kyle claims she never wanted this moment on TV, but her choice to act out of self-interest clearly solidified her role on this show. Which brings me to my next point. Iago is on no one's side. He acts out of complete self-interest, like Kyle did in the limo. He could be a character that plays both sides. He's not necessarily the villain, but he could be. However, we don't have to determine Iago's moral standing to use him as an effective writing tool. Vonnegut describes Iago as the character that bounces all the other characters around. Vonnegut also claims he wasted 20 years looking for Iago. Thanks, Kurt, for wasting 20 years of your life so we don't have to. Hold on to that little satchel of gold, my friends. For my final and favorite example, let's take a look at the pilot episode of The Sopranos. In this scene, mob boss Tony Soprano suffers his first debilitating panic attack. His panic attack is the catalyst for his character arc and the plot of the show. Let's watch the scene first.
So what, no fucking ZD now?
Hey!
At first, it felt like ginger ale in my skull.
Mom, Daddy just fell. Mom! Dad!
Tony!
Oh my God!
Tony!
Dad!
Get back!
Daddy! Dad!
Look,
Anthony Jr., call 911.
Tony's panic attack upsets the status quo, seen here at the family barbecue. This attack leads him to be diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Tony is an old-school Italian man who doesn't believe in therapy and therefore does not want anyone to know he struggles with mental health issues. Tony's panic attacks create the cracks in his character's foundation. As a mob boss, he relies on his image to maintain power and control. Thus, Tony's sense of normalcy has been knocked around, and we get the start to the epic series that is The Sopranos. So, let's tie together everything we've watched and learned. Iago is a catalyst. It can be a character or a defining moment. Without Iago, there would be no story. You could write hundreds and hundreds of pages in your story, but if there's not Iago, the story cannot move forward. Iago is not just an evil villain. Iago is symbolic of human nature. The tendency to stir up trouble is within all of us and goes as far back in time as the creation story of Adam and Eve. And that's the power of Iago. Use him wisely. Thank you for watching.